Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles Sabansi. I want to welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamerspro Show. We cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today we're going to have a pretty fiery episode, but before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Now, I've come to realize that we live in the prisoner of the moment era, where whatever that just happened a few minutes ago, people will start saying, "Oh my God, this is the greatest thing that we've ever seen," right? And I've been seeing this way of thinking kind of permeate throughout the sports media world, and it's causing people to it's causing a lot of people to start having a lot of wacky takes, right? A lot of crazy takes where people are just jumping out of the window, and I don't know, it's almost like as if people can't help themselves. It's like they just gotta say crazy stuff because, oh my God, I gotta say it because oh my God, I'm so hyped. My feelings, my emotions are running through my body, and I just can't help it. So I gotta say this. It's unbelievable. What am I referring to? I came across a video or a show rather, I believe it was a day or two ago, from Gilbert Arenas' podcast or a show called Gil's Arena. And in the thumbnail, it said, "Is Nikola Jokic?" Let me just pull it up. I can't even believe it because the thumbnail alone caused me not to even want to watch the damn clip. It goes, "Nikola Jokic is more dominant than Shaq." I was like, I can't watch this. All right, I just can't do it. I can't do it. So today I said, okay, let me just give it a shot. Let me watch this clip. And I started watching the clip. And there was a panel of people, and they were kind of giving their opinions. And they just, I don't know what was going on, man. Everybody in this clip, with the exception of Rashad McCann, everybody just jumped out the window. And people just started losing their minds with some of these takes. So what we want to do is, it's a bit lengthy, but I want you guys to just listen to it, because it's actually much longer, but I want you guys to listen to the part I want you guys to hear, and just listen to some of the stuff that they were saying, and then we'll come back and really get into the show here. So take a listen to that.
So when we look at Joker and just what he's doing, and I'm going to ask y'all this question, is he having the most dominant performance by a big we've ever seen in the NBA Finals? And this
in the NBA Finals?
NBA Finals. Playoffs, he's averaging 30, 14, and 10 this postseason.
What Shaq averaged that 1 year?
Not that.
27 against Philly.
It'd
be somebody like Wilt Chamberlain.
Not that.
But are we talking about statistically dominant or just what we've seen physically with our eyes? Like
what we're watching.
What Shaq was doing was,
we weren't allowed to watch.
Yeah, it was unfair.
And what Joker's doing is unmatched.
Yeah, I would still have to go with Joker, because when you're talking about the whole package,
Unmatched.
he's bringing 60 to 70 points from himself.
Yeah, assists and buckets.
But is he dominating?
Yeah.
In the sense,
How do you?
Yes.
Not dominant like a Shaq. Like
that's what my conversation.
I can go get a bucket.
My conversation is dominance.
That doesn't
like
give you
with
stats,
Shaq,
though.
it's like, yo, I'm dominating every single possession is a dominant possession.
But singularly to get himself points.
That's it.
Now,
That's
we're talking
only
about
one person affected by that.
Because you are Shaq with the doubles and all that other that going on, freedom.
And hack a Shaq, and the.
But Joker's doing it on multiple levels now.
Yeah,
like,
because
not
you
as
talk
flashy
about
as Shaq in the post.
He expands his game to be dominant.
Yeah.
Shaq never had to expand. He just got into the paint.
Yeah.
When it was in the paint, it was dead.
Give me buckets and rebounds.
So Joker had to evolve his game to be dominant.
But what I will say, Joker's touch and nuts, his post ability, where it's not like Shaq when we used to watch Shaq.
Shaq didn't have to have none of that.
He
didn't have to have a touch.
And
it was boom, 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 boom.
Shaq needs somebody to give him the ball to
But
do
the
what
problem
he
with Shaq is when he can't do that no more,
Then
what does he have?
But
Then
we're not
what?
talking about when he can't do
But what I'm
that.
saying
We
is,
are.
Joker,
We're talking about dominant.
what I'm saying is, Joker's worst case scenario, he can just be the point guard.
I get it, but we're talking about dominant finals performance. We're not talking about.
Then
We're not
Joker-
talking about what he did 10 years. We're talking about like
Shaq's
performance.
30 and 15. Okay, he's gonna give you 30, 15 with 10 assists.
It's how Shaq's getting it.
It don't matter. The numbers are the
Doesn't
numbers.
Does matter.
No, it doesn't.
Does.
If you shoot threes and get the 30 and I make twos with free throws, I'm still at 30.
But it's not as dominant.
No.
It's 30.
It's
It's
not
30.
dominant. It's not. It's still different.
I understand.
It's a
dominant
different
because
thing.
People are getting in
may
foul
not-
trouble. They might be
Yes,
fouling
it's
people
different. I'm
out.
fouling you out.
But you're bringing only 30 points. I'm generating 70 points from me.
No,
You might not like the way I'm doing it, but I'm generating 70-something
Yeah,
points.
but you look. That doesn't mean that your effect and dominance on the game
Yes,
is
it
greater
does.
than mine.
Yes, it does.
doesn't.
The only thing you have over
The
me
stats don't
What I'm
dictate
saying-
that.
the only
Literally
thing,
does.
Yes, it
That
does.
does. No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
Literally
No, it
does.
doesn't.
Because when you're finishing the game, you're
Literally.
finishing the game with 90
Thank
something.
you.
I'm finishing the game. We're finishing the game with 120 something because everybody got involved.
And Joker shooting 80%
I agree
from the free
with
throw
all of
line.
those
Thank you.
With 80%.
Thank you.
So look.
So that
if
means you can give
can't
me the
even
ball
be
at the
hacking
beginning. You
Shaq.
can't get the ball in.
Okay, look. So if
Can't
I
give
take
Shaq the ball in the
the
fourth quarter
passing
with-
elements away from Joker,
But we can't.
Can't
That's
take
it.
that.
what do you mean?
You can't take something from him.
You can't take something he brings.
That's
Just
like
did it
taking-
last game.
No, you can't.
We just did it last game.
No,
we didn't.
No, you didn't
We
take
took
it.
away his assist.
No, you
We
didn't.
won the game.
41,
You didn't
11, and 4.
What are y'all talking about?
Yeah, we
Why
took
do you
his-
think you?
What are you talking about?
We took
What
it
did
We
you
away.
just had 4 assists and lost the game. We took it away from him.
No, you
And he
didn't.
had-
Yes.
And
You
how many-
knew
That
you-
happened.
And how many points did he have?
It don't matter. It happened.
44.
But it happened.
44.
And that's more than Shaq has ever scored in the finals.
Yes.
Listen, man.
You took his passing
Now
away.
we're moving the goalposts.
We
No.
took his passing away, and he gave you
We're
44
talking about
points.
dominance, not stats.
Yeah. Yeah.
41, 14,
you
or 41, 11, and
Dominance,
4.
not
31 and what?
stats.
41, 11, and 4.
So what I'm saying, you took his, so he gives you about 30, 12, and 10, right? You take his points away, he just added it to the points. So you can see how he's bringing, what, 50, 57? He generated 57 worth of points, is what I'm saying.
I get what you're saying. I see how the points in the stat and the columns, they add up with Joker, right? But I'm talking about dominance. 70, 80% from the field.
Same.
Dominant.
It's gonna be the
Same.
same. He's giving me the same.
Same.
He's giving me the same percentage.
Not the same.
And Shaq didn't shoot 70 or 80% from
same.
the field.
What I'm saying is,
he did not.
What I'm saying is, if you gave me 20 shots, right, and Shaq finished with 40 points, right, 40, and you gave Joker the same, and he finished with 30 but 10 assists, who was more dominant?
It depends
He
on how
goes safe.
Shaq's getting his points.
You got 40.
How's he getting his points? It matters.
So you heard what they had to say, man. Let me tell you something. It was exhausting listening to these people. It was exhausting listening to these people. Everything that you just heard them say was 100% based out of emotion. 100% based out of emotion. That's why I can't really respect this take. The reason I can't respect these takes is because I never heard any of these people talking like this 3 weeks ago. Forget about a week ago. 3 weeks ago, going into the playoffs, I never heard anyone say, oh my God, we're about to see the most dominant run of a big man ever. And this guy, because basically they're saying he's more dominant than Shaq. We're about to see Nikola Jokic have a more dominant final series than Shaquille O'Neal. No one literally said this. No one was saying this. So that's the first. And these guys are just saying that because they're just hype. Okay, number one. Number two, Nikola Jokic is putting up some gaudy numbers. I got his stats here for the first 3 games. In the first 3 games, he scored 33.3 points per game, 14 rebounds, 9.3 assists, 61.5% shooting from the 2, 44.3% shooting from the 3, 85.7% shooting from the free throw line. And he is the first player in the NBA Finals with a historic 30, 20, 10 triple-double. If you guys remember, Tim Duncan had a stat line in the finals game. He had a quadruple-double. I forgot what he was. It was like, I think it was like 20 plus points, 10 plus rebounds, 10 plus assists, and like 10 plus blocks. It was like, I was like, what? Yeah. Tim Duncan, while y'all are jumping out the window with your parachutes on, Tim Duncan did something even crazier than that stat line you just heard there. But as they were going on about it, I was like, man, y'all got to stop with your nonsense, man. Like, yo, cut it out. So let me give you guys Shaq's numbers in the 2001 NBA Finals. That year, he averaged 33 points per game in 5 games, 15.8 rebounds, 0.2 steals, 3.4 blocks. He got you what? He shot 57.3% from the field. And I think his free throw shooting percentage was 51.3. Now, some people will say, well, Nikola Jokic has better numbers. Yeah, he had better numbers, but if you watched both series, you would clearly see who the more dominant player was. And this was exhibited by the run that the Lakers went on. The Lakers still hold the record for having a 15-1 record in the NBA for an NBA playoff run. Yeah, Shaq, while these guys are quoting stats, Shaq and his team went 15-1. The only game they lost, I believe, was that game against Allen Iverson. When Allen Iverson stole, I believe it was game 1, where he scored 48 points in game 1. That's how dominant Shaq was. They brought up some other points about, Shaq shooting threes and Nikola Jokic shooting threes and Shaq. First of all, stop. Nobody was shooting threes back then as big. Maybe Rashard Lewis. He played for the Rashard Wallace. I forgot his name. I can't remember. He played for the Detroit Pistons. He was really the only guy really stretching the floor. Back then, bigs were not shooting threes. Nowadays, bigs are shooting threes all the time. So it has nothing to do with anything. It's just the moment in time that people are playing in right now. When am I gonna hold that against Shaq? Number one. Number two. These guys keep talking about, well, he has more assists. So therefore, you got to also look at the assists. How many points was he generating? Because Shaq only averaged 4.8 assists. It was a different game, number one. Number two, Shaq played with a different system. Shaq is playing out of a triangle offense. Shaq was not bringing the ball up the court and initiating the offense. That is a skill set or a skill or an ability that Nikola Jokic possesses, which makes him extremely unique. But Shaq was unstoppable. Once he got the ball in the paint and he dropped his shoulder, it was over. It was over. Literally over. Shaq was going through people. Shaq was being defended in that playoffs by one of the greatest defensive players of all time, especially from the center position, in Dikembe Mutombo, who was a defensive player at that position. So this thing about Shaq wasn't dominant. He absolutely was. There was no answer for him. There was no matchup for him. And I got another question for you guys that is still flying out the window right now. Could Anthony Davis and Dwight Howard do what they did in 2020 to Nikola Jokic? Could they ever do that to Shaq in his prime? Could you put Dwight Howard on Shaquille O'Neal, prime Shaq, not Miami Heat Shaq, not Boston Celtics Shaq? We're talking about Lakers Shaq. 1999, 2000, 2001, 2002 Shaq, and stop him. Or Anthony Davis. He would break one of those dudes' arms. And Dwight Howard was strong as, I don't know, a Greek god. Shaq, the amount of force that Shaq played with, literally nobody wanted to face him. I used to hear people talk about when Bonzi Wells, when Shaq got traded to the Eastern Conference, like, yo, thank God they traded him. Let them go deal with Shaq. Shaq was a walking nightmare. But I got a better question for you guys. Is Nikola Jokic more dominant than Giannis Antetokounmpo? Because in my estimation, Giannis Antetokounmpo is the most dominant basketball player in the world. A lot of y'all got to chill with your emotions and jumping out of the window. Y'all got to relax, man. Giannis got knocked out in round 1. He only played 2 out of that 5-game series. Y'all got to chill. Y'all got to chill with this. Like, it's okay. Corral your emotions. It's all right. Relax. You guys are losing your minds over this. Relax. Relax. I saw Giannis Antetokounmpo basically bowling ball these dudes from the Boston Celtics, who had the number 1 rated defense in the NBA, and he shot 49% in those playoffs, a team that stifled Kevin Durant. Giannis is by far the most physically imposing basketball player in the NBA, period, end of story. Nikola Jokic dominates the game in other ways, but the most dominant player in the NBA today is Giannis. And I think it's laughable to say that Nikola Jokic is more dominant than Shaq. It sounds like somebody that either didn't watch Shaq in those finals runs, or somebody that's just way too caught up in their emotions. And they just got to say the first thing that came to their mind. Y'all got to chill, bro. This is a little bit too much. Relax. Relax. Y'all are looking clownish, because next year is going to be the next person, and y'all going to be riding the next person's you know what. Relax. This is some incredible prisoner of the moment stuff happening, right? Like, it's unreal. Relax. Relax. As somebody that defended Nikola Jokic all season long, as somebody that got on those NBA All-Stars when they made him one of the last picks in the All-Star game, y'all are taking it way too far. You cannot tell me that you based off of 3 games, 4 games, you're now going to say he's more dominant. Like, cut it out. Cut it out, bro. Stop. Stop.